Okay, so yesterday we were talking about how to measure area with lesson 11.5, and you had a handful of practice questions. So let's go through those answers first until everyone understands, and then we'll move to lesson 11.6. So your job was to do the even questions. So for number 4, the area would be 8 square inches. Remember, we just talked about with area, it's the total space in the shape. Let's look at question 6. The answer, looking at the picture to the right, would be 12 square meters. We're using meters as our label because that's what it used in the question. Number 8, we have a picture. It says Tom places green square tiles on the shape shown. He says the shape has an area of 12 units. Does it make sense? Now, we talked about this in the first activity with this lesson about how if there are gaps or any overlapping tiles or squares, that it would not be the correct answer. So does it make sense? We would say no, because there are gaps in between the green tiles. As you can see, there's a bunch of gaps in between each of them, so he would need more green tiles. In question 10, it was asking for the area of the shape at the right, which would be letter C, 13 square feet. So let's look at today's lesson, lesson 11.6, using area models. Our first question, it says, Melissa has a garden that is shaped like a rectangle below. Each unit represents 1 square meter. What is the area of her shape? In our purple box, circle the shape of the garden. And our question is shaped like the rectangle. So I'm going to circle that word. So, if we were to count them all up, you would have 18 units, 18 squares. But because it is a shape that has equal rows or arrays, we can use repeated addition to solve. So there are 1, 2, 3 rows, and in each row there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 rows of 6. So in the first row, there's 6, and the second one, and the third one, there's all 6. So if we were to use repeated addition, 6 plus 6 plus 6, it would equal 18. Now I'm sure some of you were already thinking, well, if we can use repeated addition, we can also think of it as with multiplication. So again, if there are 3 rows of 6, here are my 3 rows, 6 in each, we can also multiply. 3 times 6 equals 18. So, if the shape is like an array, how do you find the total numbers? Well, what did we just do? You multiply the number of rows by how many in each row. So again, it was 18 square meters. So we can only use repeated addition or multiplication when there are arrays in the shape. So when there are equal amounts in each row. Let's try a few more. So for the try this, it says find the area of the shape. Each unit is 1 square foot. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. And in each row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4 rows of 10, 4 times 10 is 40. So the area is 40 square feet. We'll do a few of the share and show together. So here's our shape for question 1. How many rows of how many in each? So there are 3 rows, and in each row there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 rows of 4. So we could add 4 3 times, or we could multiply 3 rows of 4. Either way you solve it, the answer would be the same, 12 square units. All right, let's do a few more together. Question 2, we have 2 rows of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in each. 2 rows of 7 is 14 square feet. Let's look at number 3. We have 1, 2, 3 rows of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 rows of 5, or 3 times 5, 15 square feet. Let's look at number 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're using meters, so that needs to be included in our label. 4 rows of 8, or 4 times 8, is 32 square meters. And then number 5, 1, 2, 3 rows of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 rows of 9, or 3 times 9, is 27 square meters. So this is a pretty simple lesson because you already know how to use repeated addition and how to multiply. We're just taking that and applying it to finding the area of shapes. So on your own, let's do the odd questions today. So I want you to do 7 and 9 and 11. So 3 questions. Pretty simple. If you want to do the other questions for extra practice, feel free.